Good morning, everybody. Gary here, Fathers for Justice, Johannesburg, 16 April 2021. I have been doing videos over the last month or so, okay, pointing out the pitfalls. Now, I've been doing this work for, it would have been circa October, November 2004. So 17 going on 18 odd years. I've read the Children's Act more times than I care to remember. I've read the Domestic Violence Act more times than I care to remember. The Criminal Procedures Act. Guys, there's either a law or there isn't. The constitutional, I've read the Constitution. I haven't read the whole Constitution, I'll be honest there, but I've read it pertaining to the child's rights of association, and so on and so forth. I've read and understood the Charter for the United Nations, Children's Charter, the African Union Children's Charter, and I read copious amounts of documentation from around the world. And I listen to more YouTube videos than I think should be allowed. Bottom line is, people, I have a broad understanding of how the law works. I have a clear understanding how the Children's Act works. I have a clear understanding of how the justice system within South Africa works, the psychological system, the social welfare worker system, the mediators, and so on and so forth. Either there is law or there is not. After 18 years, don't come and tell me that lawyers do not advise their female clients to lay false allegations against the father of rape, molestation, domestic abuse, domestic violence, financial abuse, what else is there? Emotional and psychological abuse. We know that within the magisterial environment, within a 3% probability of an event taking place, the magistrate must issue a protection order. That leaves a 97% margin for error. We are aware that within the South African context, that 52%, more or less, of all protection orders that are issued on fake, false, or misinformation. Then we go on to the illegal removal of children, invariably by the mothers. And ladies, I'm sorry, but this is the fact, okay? That the mothers remove the child to another town, province, or country, and that's it. The relationship is destroyed. Around maintenance. Maintenance is the responsibility of both parents. Okay? There is no other way to put it. And guess what? Under the current socialist communist regime that we are living with in the context of South Africa, with a garbage economic policy based on failed socialist, communist, Marxist, postmodernist, Nazist, fascist, whatever you want to call it, ideologies, that has never, ever, ever, ever worked around the world. Amen. The latest 3 countries that have failed as a direct result of following some form of socialism: Argentina, Venezuela, Zimbabwe, in the last 2.5 years. Those economies have collapsed. Go and look at Venezuela in the 60s. go and have a look at the economy of Argentina. Up to the 80s, Zimbabwe, what was formerly known as Rhodesia, it was known as the bread basket of Africa because of socialism. So the South African government is applying a failed ideology that has failed around the world. It enriches a minority group within a minority group, and it obliterates the middle class, and it destroys the lower class. It's that simple. And we are realizing that. And the economy of South Africa was destroyed before COVID came around. So don't even come to me with the nonsense, COVID this and apartheid that. The bottom line is that maintenance is the responsibility of both parents. We are all in very, exceptionally, exceedingly tough times at the moment. Okay? But how many times do we see maintenance not being paid? Or it's either maintenance not being paid or these complete, insane, stupid numbers. It's like the lawyers and the advocates and the magistrates and judges went to different mathematical school to the rest of us. And you know what, guys? If there's a different mathematical formula by which you work out a maintenance, then please inform us. We must know about it. Give us the facts. Teach us. Make us understand. You know, I mean, like I'm seeing it, I see it all the time. Daddy earns 10,000 Rand, mommy wants 40,000 Rand. Daddy's earning 60,000 Rand, mommy wants 180,000 Rand. For one child. I mean, like in the one instance, there was the dad. The mother wanted 80,000 Rand. Dad's gross was 54,000, and I think mommy's was 49,000. But she wanted 80,000 Rand maintenance for one child. Are you telling me that on a 50-50 basis, it costs 160,000 Rand to take care of one child? Really? Really? Mediation. How many times do I see dads getting instructions from the other side's lawyer? Come and sit down with mommy's lawyer. Dads, out of desperation, go to there, and guys, it is unethical. It is against the spirit of mediation. It is unethical for a lawyer to lure you, dangling your children in front of you, to come to their offices, to go and sit down and go into a mediation with them. It is unethical. It is, I mean, like if you go and have a look, there's about 3 or 4 arbitration organizations in South Africa, and there's about 5 or 6 different mediation associations in South Africa. If you go and have a look at all of their charters, the mediator may not have a previous relationship with one or both of the parties. Simple. It's not a complicated discussion. Daddy, out of desperation, goes and sits down in the desperate, mistaken understanding that he's going to go and resolve it. And Daddy walks straight into the trap and gets obliterated. And then for the next 5-6 years, he's out there sorting out 80,000 Rand maintenance when he's earning 2,000 Rand a month. I'm exaggerating, but I'm not exaggerating. Maybe 79,000 Rand and he's earning 3,000 Rand. I'm not exaggerating. The fact that the courts will not bring perjury charges against mothers for laying false accusations of perjury. The fact that you cannot lay charges against the lawyers, the advocates, the psychologists, the social welfare workers, and the public prosecutor for aiding and abetting the mother in abducting the child, removing the child to another province, unilaterally removing the child out of the father's life, bringing false accusations of rape, abuse, domestic violence, whatever, and so on and so forth. You cannot raise charges of perjury against them. And the crux of the matter boils down to this. We have not clearly defined the best interests of the child, and 50-50 contact care, guardianship, and maintenance is not mandatory. So it's the baseline of entry. The best interests of the child in pertaining to contact care, guardianship, and maintenance with and by both biological parents is that the child must automatically have daily physical, emotional, psychological, spiritual, financial, contact care, guardianship, and maintenance with and by both biological parents at all times. Any parent, person, or entity that attempts in part or in whole to deny the child its automatic rights must automatically be charged with child abuse. And until we change this, guys, this game is going to continue. O'Rock and Solomon and Brad and all the other guys at the other organizations and Vimpy, we can do what we can do, guys. But until the fundamentals are changed, this nonsense is going to continue. I am not saying that fathers are not without fault. Please don't misunderstand. Please don't misinterpret that. I will square a father's nuts off quicker than he can say, Bob's your auntie. Really. We are not perfect. I personally do not stand in front of you and say I'm perfect. But at the same time, there's bullshit on both sides. Remove the bullshit. Please get involved with the class action suit. It's the only way we're going to fix this. Okay. Like and subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Please, guys. And please make donations. Love to you all.